Hi there, I will be given some advice on how it feels to be a fresher at university. So, my name is Katrina and I'm a student associate at the University of Bedfordshire. I'm also a second year undergraduate studying sport and physical education. So, how it felt for me when I went to university. So, preparing for university, it is an incredibly exciting time, especially if this is your first time you have been away from home for an extended period of time. Although this is a great period and one you should cherish and enjoy, there are some pitfalls to avoid in order to ensure you take full advantage of the exciting time. Your first few days as a student can be overwhelming. Often you've moved away from home and you don't have your usual support network of friends and family around you. Although it may seem daunting, you can get the most out of Freshers Week by throwing yourself into everything it has to offer. It is an incredibly busy time, but it's filled with social events, fairs, and important tasks that you need to complete, such as registration and obviously getting your student card. So the opportunity to get to know your university and make new friends without the pressure of lectures and deadlines. So I would definitely recommend you grasp the chance to immerse yourself in a day of taster sessions where you could actually discover new interests as well. There are at university clubs and societies, and your student unions are usually one of the stalls that you find at freshers fairs, and they usually invite you to register your interest in their services, and you can also collect any freebies they offer. So by signing up to a society during Freshers Week, you're not committing to become a member, but you'll just receive more information on what their activities involve. So when I went to my first Freshers Fair, I did sign up for netball and tennis. However, in the end, I did go to netball training. So I joined that specific society, and then the next year I actually decided to join tennis. And with each of the societies, I've met people in different courses, people of different ages. So I would definitely recommend that you join one of either any society or a sports club. So don't pass up the chance to try something appealing, as societies are a great way to make friends and who actually share your interests. As well as allowing you to have fun, there's no denying the importance of extracurricular activities. So, obviously, when it comes to your job hunt, as future employers will be impressed by your enthusiasm and ability towards trying new things out. You'll likely go through a roller coaster of emotions when you become a fresher student. So, before you arrive, get familiar with your university by looking through the welcome emails they send you. You should be able to find your timetable online and see what other information is already available. With me, I followed my university's various social media channels. So, for the latest information and advice, I got to see that before and throughout my first year. So Freshers Week will be a bit hectic. So make sure to just breathe and keep hydrated. You'll have a lot of things to do to keep yourself busy, such as registering officially onto your course, unpacking all of your belongings, exploring your student accommodation and the university's campus. So start your first year with a smile and a positive attitude, and don't try to reinvent yourself, as a smile goes a long way. You'll come off as more approachable and with an open and friendly personality. So it's common for first years to fall in with certain groups and act in ways they don't necessarily reflect who they are. So make sure you socialize with people who do share your interests and your values. So from the moment that you arrive at university, remember that everybody is most likely feeling the exact same as you are. So with so many events to choose from, Freshers Week is the perfect time to have fun and meet as many people as possible. So, living away from home will give you the opportunity to learn life skills. So, for most students, this will be the first time they are leaving home, and you'll have to pick up new skills really quickly, such as washing, cooking, and generally fending for yourself. There are a number of resources at your disposal, including mobile phone apps designed to make your university life easier and to help you get started on simple cooking recipes. Such tasks are more enjoyable in groups, so why not team up with your flatmates to cook a meal, and you can share the cost as well, so it'll be even cheaper. So making friends and socializing during lectures. So university is a good time to explore your boundaries, but always do so responsibly and in moderation with people that you can trust. This year in September 2020, due to social distancing, there will still be freshers events, but they will be done in smaller groups. So each university is coming up with plans to put students into bubbles for socializing, and there will still be so many opportunities to meet new people, but this will be in a very moderated and a safer way for sure. You've probably had everyone telling you that you'll meet your friends for life at university. As a result of this sort of chat, many freshers find themselves in a wild panic when they don't discover these special people in their first few days. First of all, just calm down. There's literally no need to stay attached to the first friendly person you meet for forever, unless you do happen to be BFFs of obviously. Although some great friendships are made in the first few weeks, many more are made throughout the year and the years to come, especially if you're doing 3-year course and etc. But there will be plenty of opportunities to meet your future friends in general in your life. So when you do first move into your new accommodation and there are all these strange new people wandering around, I must admit that it can be tempting to hide away in your room, and this is because maybe you want to avoid any awkward small talk. But the fact of the matter is you need to make friends at university, and you're going to be living with these people for an entire year. So it's just best to meet them as soon as you can and introduce yourself. So moving day is the ideal time to bond, especially with the people in your flats that are moving in. So prop open your door and be a friendly face. You can offer to carry boxes or make a cup of tea or coffee for everyone as they arrive. So getting on with your flatmates, personalities may clash, especially when there's limited fridge space involved. If things between your flatmates don't improve, spend time out of halls by joining societies perhaps. Also, with your university accommodation, if you do find that people in your flat just making you uncomfortable, I would really recommend just to give them an email, and as early on as you can, so you can actually move flats. This happened before with a really close friend of mine at university, and she was so much happier because she actually got to move into my flat. So it was really nice to have her there. So yeah, I would definitely say if this does happen, to do that. Also, peer pressure is a very real thing at university. So don't force yourself to have a night out when you just don't want to, just because someone told you to do it. Take a night off, Skype your home best friend or your family members, and that'll make you feel 100 times better. So fresher year and university life. So your first year of university is important. Even if you go to university where your grades in first year don't technically count towards your final degree, so this doesn't mean you can spend the year messing around and putting no effort in. A lot of events are held for new students during Freshers Week as well, and the weeks following. So I would make sure you make the most of it. Just get involved, go to the Freshers Fair. This is your chance to have a look at what societies are on offer as well. And societies will provide the perfect opportunity to pursue your extracurricular interests, no matter how quirky. So freshers fairs are always packed with freebies. You'll probably get enough pens to last a year, as well as food vouchers or a few bits for your new flat. The welcome period of university is full of events designed to help you as students settle into university life. So find out how to make the most of Freshers Week. Your Students' Union will also host fairs to join societies and sports teams, and your course department might hold an icebreaker session. So in this time, make sure you know when it is, and you can introduce yourself to your peers and lecturers on your course. While you don't have any course commitments, you can immerse yourself in these activities and make sure you're prepared to start your degree. So I would definitely say that organisation is key. Make sure you know in advance when you have to be somewhere as well, and this will also help you with your planning in time in the long run as well. As lacking a basic grounding of first year knowledge, it will make it more trickier to get good grades in second year, and your personal tutor will be less likely to help you out if you're concerned. So you have to make, I would say you need to make the effort already. And there's a huge amount of cool stuff that comes with university life. So much that it's easier to get the most of while you still can. Use the career service, sign up for reward schemes, join the Students' Union and various university societies. Make the most of student services. So feel free to use the help that is available to you because it is there for you. Early on, you'll meet your personal tutor and other department staff whose jobs are to support you when necessary. So there will probably also be dedicated student support teams made up of student mentors, and the student union is on hand if you need extra support. There are also international support teams, and they can help you if you're new to the UK with airport arrivals, orientation events, and help with settling into a new country. So getting into the routine of university, while there will probably be a number of meetings scheduled during Freshers Week, such as welcome talks to your apartment, the library, and your halls of residence, the most important is registration. Registration is usually split into two parts. So online registration, which can be completed from home before you move in, and collection of your ID card from campus. So you'll be sent a list of which documents you'll need for each stage of the registration process by your university. In addition to this, make time to complete other practical tasks. So while you're free of the responsibility lectures, wise up on where your library is, lecture buildings and student unions are, as well as your local food shops and laundrette if your accommodation doesn't provide washing facilities. So attendance at university is important. So at university, no one's going to chase after you if you decide to not turn up to lectures or hand in your coursework, but it will take some serious self-discipline to drag yourself to those 9 a.m. lectures when you could easily just stay in bed. However, if you're paying such high tuition fees to be there, especially when you consider how much your course costs per hour. So perhaps the biggest challenge for any first year student is learning how to work hard on campus. The chances are that this is the first time you've been allowed to do what you like in terms of up when you want and etc. This can be a hard balance to master at first, and given the importance of nailing your first year at university, it is one of the biggest reasons for not being going entirely to plan. However, with helpful advice, when I first moved into my student accommodation in my first year, I was actually the first person to arrive. So I claimed the best cupboard in the kitchen and the best shelf in the fridge that I wanted. So that made me feel really happy. At least I got to pick what I wanted, anyways. The first time you're ill away from home will always be a tough experience, with a notable lack of people to bring you hot water bottles and hold the sick bucket. However, getting ill before you've signed up to your local doctor's surgery will make things even worse and harder to get medical help when you really need it. And it will literally take 5 minutes when you arrive to find out where your nearest GP is and sign up. The idea in most freshers' heads is that university will equal freedom, especially from family. But sometimes it's okay to miss your old bedroom, or being able to lie on the sofa you've known all your life, or having a cup of tea with family. At some point, everyone will be homesick at some point during their time at university. Also, with learning how to write an advanced essay. So from an academic perspective, things are about to get serious, especially from the jump from college or sixth form, but it is an exciting time. And of course, a reason many of you will be entering higher education, but it won't harm to learn the differences between writing an A-level essay and submitting a document as part of your degree. So your tutors and lecturers will provide you with all the information you need and also advice throughout your degree, but it definitely won't do you any harm at all to start researching this early. This will give you a great head start and also allow you to feel a lot more relaxed when your first year begins. I would also say respect your deadlines. It's easy to let things slip when you're halfway through the academic year and the deadlines are stacking up, but you'll manage your time far better with forward planning and a sincere respect for deadlines. Lastly, I would say learn how to cook. So believe me, takeaways are easy and so convenient, but constantly eating fast food will take its toll on your health and obviously your bank account and your budget. So thank you for viewing this presentation. I hope you have found it super helpful and I wish you luck in your future studies. Please make sure to use our chat feature and we'll be able to answer any questions you have.